So, Acts chapter 13, we find Paul and Barnabas arriving in Antioch. And when they get to Antioch, they realize that there are already groups of Christians there. So they go and meet with them. And they're on this missionary journey, this calling that God has given them. But they meet with these other Christians. And the first thing that these other Christians do is they commission them. They pray for them. They support them. They encourage them. They affirm them in who they have been called to be. Now, we don't do a lot of commissioning these days. We have different marks in our life, different graduations or different going away parties or different things that we do as a society to mark a transition. But we don't really commission people anymore. Now, I was working with a group of young adults and I was helping them discover their gifts and callings and help them create their own ministries. And I presented a lot of that work in part of my academic process. And I remember that my advisor had told me, these are really, really cool ministries that these young people are doing. And she said, "Did you ever commission them?" And I said, "No, we never commissioned them." And she said, "You might want to think about commissioning them next time." And I had thought about this and I thought, what a brilliant idea. Because we do not commission people for their callings and gifts anymore. And so what would it look like for us to start commissioning each other? We're all people who are trying to discover and figure out what it means to follow Jesus in our daily lives. And we all have callings. We all have gifts. So what would it look like to commission each other? Well, it might look like supporting each other, encouraging one another, affirming one another in the things that we feel like that we are called to do in our world to be a part of God's kingdom. So what would that look like for you this week? How will you help commission somebody else for the work that they're trying to do in their lives? How will you encourage them? How will you support them? How will you affirm them in their gifts and their calling? How will you do that so that you may be the type of community that helps affirm, support, encourage, to commission those others who are trying to follow this Jesus? Amen.